got your card?
He knows we're here. Okay. Maybe we could be added to the agenda.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to tie it down. Okay. We're not. But yeah, want us to make a presentation, but we can't. Get somebody else. See, so we want you to get on track. No, I'm going to run. Okay. I appreciate it. Just stand. Okay. All right.
Okay, wow. All right, I have 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. And I need a motion to call order.
Make motion to continue.
favor? 3, 4, 5. Okay, I need a motion to approve the regular council meeting minutes of 10/10/2011. I think they went out earlier, and that's another one grammar error, but it was correct. Any questions? All in favor? Thank you. Okay, at this time, Mr. Edwards here. Yeah. Mr. Edwards, would you like to come do the invitation, please?
Yes, let's bow. Heavenly Father, we come up to you, Lord, we say thank you. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for everyone that's represented here tonight. Oh, Heavenly Father, thank you for the newly elected councilman. Thank you, one that is on now. Oh, Heavenly Father, thanks the Lord to see here to do your will. And Heavenly Father, actually bless the mayor who has done a wonderful job for the city. And oh, Heavenly Father, bless my household while I'm standing, oh, Heavenly Father. These are the blessings in your son Jesus' name. Amen.
All rise for the pledge of allegiance.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next who's that? We do the who's here for the proclamation of Native American Indian Heritage Month. We'll come on down here. Okay, this proclamation is the National American Indian Heritage Month, whereas the history and culture of our great nation has been significantly influenced by American Indians and indigenous people, and whereas the contributions of American Indians have enhanced the freedom, prosperity, and greatness of America today, and whereas their customs and traditions are respected and celebrated as part of the rich legacy throughout the United States. Whereas Native American Awareness Week began in 1976, and recognition was expanded by Congress and approved by President George Bush in August of 1990, designating the month of November as the National American Indian Heritage Month. And whereas in the honor of National American Indian Heritage Month, community celebrations as well as numerous cultural, artistic, educational, and historical activities have been planned. Now therefore I, Lee Stewart, by the virtue of authority vested in me as the Mayor of the City of Stockbridge, do hereby proclaim November is the National American Indian Heritage Month in the city of Stockbridge, Georgia, and urge all citizens to observe this month with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities. In witness whereof I have been whereunto set my hand and cause the seal of Stockbridge, Georgia to be affixed this 14th day of November, the year of our Lord, 2011. Signed, me, Lee Stewart, the Mayor, and the seal by Vanessa Holliday, City Clerk. Thank you very much.
You made that hat.
And just to let you know, I gave. You made your hat out of plastic. That's green turnip, but I mean it's paint, but it's green recycling. That's what mine makes a lot of Native Americans in the culture and heritage. You never took something that you didn't turn around and use every part of it. But thank you for doing that. And this is a special month in that. Being out Native American as well, I've been doing a lot of Native American celebrations and presentations. Matter of fact, the election day, I was swamped with all making my presentations all over to the different groups on it there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
The DAR does.
Thank you. you there at the DAR? No? Was the DAR, was you over there when I was making that presentation? Okay, it was the other DAR. I was in the Jonesboro one. Right. McBride's. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Next, we have a proclamation. Who's taking this one for kindness, please? Andy? Is that Andy you're taking it? This is a proclamation from the city of Stockbridge, Georgia, Acts of Kindness Proclamation. Whereas random acts of kindness are the expression of our empathy and compassion for one another, whereas the annual kindness work passes on week-long celebrations in conjunction with the National Kindness Week commencing on Monday, November the 7th, and continuing through Sunday, November the 13th. And whereas the city of Stockbridge, Georgia, will celebrate acts of kindness by encouraging schools, churches, employees, and community groups to participate in kindness works passed on week. Now therefore, I, Lee Stewart, Mayor, City of Stockbridge, Georgia, do hereby proclaim the week of November the 7th and the 13th of November 2011 as the kindness work passed on week, and urge all residents of the city of Stockbridge to join me in celebrating and performing acts of kindness during the week of November the 7th, 2011 through November the 13th, 2011. Signed, Lee Stewart, Mayor, City of Stockbridge. Even though it was already passed, we weren't in session at that time. And I have a reading for a proclamation from the Military Family Month, November 2011. The cities do not do that, but the national does. This is sent down by the President of the United States. I'll read it to you. The Military Family Member Month of 2011, ordered by the President of the United States of America. A proclamation of every step we take on American soil, we tread on ground made safe for us through the invaluable sacrifices of our service members and their families. During Military Family Month, we celebrate the exceptional service, strength, and sacrifice of our military families. The commitment to our nation goes above and beyond the call of duty. Just as our troops embody courage and character that make America's military the finest in the world, their family members involve resilience and generosity that make our community strong. They serve with heroism in their homes and neighborhoods while they are without the comfort of having loved ones nearby. Day after day, week after week, spouses resolutely accomplish the work of two parents, sons and daughters diligently keep up with homework and activities, and parents and grandparents patiently wait for the news of their child and grandchild's safe return. To these families and to those service members who never come home, who bear a debt that can never be fully repaid. As Americans, we are at our best when we honor and uphold our obligations to one another and to those that have given so much to our country. Earlier this year, First Lady Michelle Obama and Dr. Jill Biden challenged all Americans to serve those who sacrifice in our name with Joining Forces initiative. Joining Forces strives to enlist support for our men and women in uniform and our veterans not only when they are away at war, but at every stage of their lives. My administration is dedicated to doing more for our families, military families, by enhancing learning opportunities for military children, championing our military spouses as they advance their careers and education, and providing better mental health counseling to heal the wounds left in the war's wake. Our service members swore an oath to protect and defend, and with each step we take on this land we cherish. We remember our steadfast promise to protect the well-being of family members they hold dear. Every act of kindness we can offer helps cultivate a culture of support for our military families, and I encourage each American to make a difference in the lives of these patriots. Now therefore I, Barack Obama, President of the United States of America, by virtue of authority vested in me by the Constitution and laws of the United States, do hereby proclaim November 2011 as Military Family Month. I call on all Americans to honor military families through private actions and public service for the tremendous contributions they make in support of our service members in our nation. In witness thereof, I accept unto my hand the seal this first day of November, the year of our Lord 2011, and of the independence of the United States of America, the 236th. Signed, Barack Obama. And with that, can we skip and just go ahead and put that video on now? I think I'll be fitting that with it on here. This is a short video. If you want to play with everyone here, even though it is the Marine Corps birthday thing, I think it fits very well with the proclamation of the President. Fitting to tie that in with the proclamations, and we just have the Veterans Day celebrations this week, last week as well. Okay, getting right into the agenda that we have here. Next, we have old business. We have none. Under new business, we have item number 1, which is our consent agenda, and we have 5 items on there. The first one is the resolution authorizing the city of Stockbridge to proceed with annexation of 502 Country Club Drive, Georgia, Stockbridge, Georgia, the homeowners Paulette Bannister and John Bannister Jr. A resolution authorizing the city of Stockbridge to enter into an agreement with Keck Wood Inc. for professional design service for Walt Stevens and Brentwood and Monarch intersection improvements. A resolution authorizing the approval of job descriptions, revisions, and pay grade classifications for wastewater systems tech, wastewater collections operator, wastewater systems tech 1, 2, 3, and 4. And temporary use for a church for Carlos Torres at 4340 North Henry Boulevard, Suite 290 and 300 Stockbridge in the Brooklyn Plaza. And a temporary use for a church, Mariska Emmanuel Increase Christian Church International, 5353 North Henry Boulevard, Suite 115, Stockbridge, Georgia. We have a motion.
Make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Gilbert, we have a second. Who was that? Any discussion? No discussion, all in favor? 3 to 4 to 5 vote. And item number 2 will be presented by Ray Gibson, City Administrator, a resolution authorizing the City of Stockbridge to enter into a contract with the enterprise folks for the repair of the water fountain. Ray.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. At the last work session, the staff was asked to have the Public Works Committee hold a meeting to interview all the companies that put bids in for the water fountain repair project. We did so 2 Fridays ago. We met with all 3 companies, and it was decided and determined that we would support a contract with LV and Scatia Enterprises to perform the repair work on the fountain, City Hall fountain. It was also discussed in that meeting that the same company would be utilized to work on the fountain at the old City Hall as well, and give us some direction on that one, which will also be funded through insurance money for those repairs.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? No discussion, all in favor? 5 vote. Thank you. And next we have our public hearing. This is the first of our public hearings proposed for the 2012 operating budget. And then, come on up a second. If y'all, we have posted it on the website for your review. In the budget, we have 2 pie charts for you in there to help as GMA costs. Put 2 pie charts in there, try and give you an idea of what last year's was as opposed to this year's. And then also you got a graphic chart in there as well. We also have a handout for you, Vanessa. We got handouts on it. It's basically, this is the explanation of the 2012 versus 2011 budget. It gives you the breakdown of the differences through there. So basically, if you go through with Joey,
No.
we would give them copies of
What do you need?
the summary. Okay. And there'll be some available for y'all that want, but it's also just posted online and that. So all of these are online, but they're in there. The budget, the graphics are between pages 6 and 7. They didn't get numbered in there, but that's what the graphics are. And then there's the summary. And then if you need to do the drill down more on it, you can do that right there.
Mayor, I want to clarify, this is the first hearing for the budget.
Correct.
There are going to be, obviously there's going to be some changes. And the next one will be on Thursday night at the Finance Committee at 6 o'clock here in the chamber, City Hall.
Yeah, there'll be 2 more hearings on 17th of November at 6 p.m. And then December the 1st at 6 p.m. And the final will be adopted at the November 12th meeting in December, when it will be adopted by then. But Annette, it's yours.
How are you? What we're we'd like to do with the budget for 2012, we'd like to increase it by $1.5 million from the original 2011 budget. And on the spreadsheet in front of you, I have an explanation of the change in each department. And I'm just going to start at the top of the page. If you have any questions, just stop me. I'll be glad to help out. In the governing body, I budgeted for additional funding in case we had new council members, which would include additional training, travel, cell phone and computers. Under the executive department, what I did was replace the assistant city administrator position with an economic development director position. And there's been one assistant added. And then we'd like to utilize consultants for special projects. In the administration department, the change primarily involves adding 3 assistants in 2011. I'd like to add 1 accountant in 2012. And we also have a plan to upgrade our software for all of our packages, accounts payable, finance, utility billing, occupational tax, etc. In general government buildings, we've increased from 1 position to 2 to take care of the buildings. That's the primary change. And we've also increased fees for professional landscaping, general maintenance, and fountain maintenance. And we are experiencing an increase in electric bills, so we have extra money in there for that. For municipal court, the change primarily is due to adding 1 bailiff for court when it's in session. And I've adjusted the salary and benefits just a little bit to reflect married versus single. In the police department, we have a Henry County agreement. This is the year that the money that we pay to have our police department, it increases from $400,000 a year to $500,000 a year. And then at the end of this year, we have to negotiate a new agreement at the end of 2012. In Public Works, we are planning on adding 3 full-time headcount and also seasonal help, which would be students from the city of Stockbridge. And we are planning significant asphalt work, which includes the asphalt and a product called Crack Seal. In parks, the biggest change was transferring 4 employees out of sanitation and into parks, which reflects what we actually have right now in terms of working every day. And then we completed the playground equipment project. And we have 1 extra police officer assigned to parks, which we don't have that in the budget for next year. And we have replaced the Music in the Park project with Sounds of Summer. And we have the community garden project budgeted in parks, and next year for the 2012 budget, we have it budgeted in SPLOST 3.
I just want to add too, for Public Works, a lot of the increase is because of the fact that they've been neglecting our road paving projects throughout the city. And we felt, when talking to Public Works, we definitely need to put more money there and start moving on some of these infrastructure repairs. And that just doesn't go with not only roads, but we have infrastructure issues that we definitely need to budget for next year.
Moving on to the next department, we have code enforcement. If you remember, we started out with 1 code enforcement officer, and then we changed and we contracted services with Henry County, utilizing 1 of their code enforcement officers. What we're suggesting for the 2012 proposed budget is to bring that assignment back in-house and have 2 full-time code enforcement officers. So there'll be a increase of head count, and then with the additional head count, we'll need a computer, a cell phone, and a vehicle. That involves the general fund. If you come down a little bit further on the page, we're not budgeting any change in the hotel motel fund. We started a new department called City Events. We have already had some of these events in the year 2011. We're gonna plan to keep those events going, and then we're gonna plan for 4 new ones. This would involve including a part-time position, and then having a portion of 2 existing employees having their salary run through the department. In capital funds, or capital projects for the LCI fund, we have a decrease in the budget, and that's primarily because we have finished a project. And while we have not started up a new project in the budget, we have a 10-year study going on, so we'll need to continue spending on that in 2012. In the capital projects fund called TE, Transportation Enhancement Act, we have completed the Reeves Creek Trail Phase 1, and then we're planning on beginning the Reeves Creek Trail Phase 2. We're also planning on the old downtown streetscape Berry Street project, and working on sidewalks on the Shields Road, Davis Road project. For capital projects fund, the tunnel, that was a project that was canceled. And then for SPLOST 2, we are not having any change in the budget. We'll continue to have the funds in there for the project that we have planned, which is a park at Rockaway Road and Eagles Landing. We hope to do a lot with the SPLOST 3 fund this coming year. We'd like to acquire land. We'd like to do sidewalks. We already are underway with traffic signal, and we're already underway with the Belt Press project Phase 1. And we hope to start that and finish it the same year, and then plan to start Phase 2. We'd like to get additional sewer equipment. We'd like to acquire land for the community garden and land for a skateboard park, and then money to build the skateboard park. In the water department, it's time for us to do more exploration and construction of wells so that we get away from our reliance on water from Henry County Water Sewer Authority. And then remember, we canceled the Stockbridge bypass and bypass right-of-way projects. And then we completed the police precinct. That's a pretty busy department. And that explains.
I was going to mention too, that's going to be an area of prioritizing projects. We put those projects in there. One, we're currently working on the Wall Stevens Water Village intersection, but other than that, we need to prioritize projects based on plans that have been done in the past or plans that we're going to do in the future. So I want everyone aware that that's still up for discussion, where we can put the money there.
In the cemetery fund, I have no change budgeted. In sewer, the change includes adding 1 position, and includes extra engineering and testing. We'd like to model the sewer lines, and with a change in maintenance procedures at the pump stations, we will save some money. And we have completed purchasing equipment in 2011, therefore we won't be including that in 2012, so that is a savings there. We expect to spend more money on gasoline and diesel and chemicals. We will need to increase what we spend on repairs of equipment and at the wastewater treatment plant. the belt press project will help us with that, but until then, we expect to spend more money. And then we would like to get an additional vehicle, and the cost of electric at the plant and at the pump stations is also going up. In the water department, we decreased primarily because we have finished our water pipeline project. And we also moved the wells construction and the wells exploration to the SPLOST 3 fund. We need to order additional computers, and we need additional supplies and materials. And we would like to use grant money for the wireless water meter reading project. So we actually don't have funds budgeted for that, but we'd like to use grant money for that. So it's a project we would like to do. In stormwater, the increase primarily is due to our project to reconstruct the public's detention pond. In sanitation, we'd like to purchase 1 new garbage truck and 1 small pickup truck. And we also moved 4 employees out of sanitation into parks to reflect what we actually do.
I just want to add on that item as well, that make sure we're looking into the possibility, or maybe the end of this year, into getting some bids on privatizing our sanitation services to include not only garbage pickup, but the recycling component as well. So that may definitely impact that budget area by going down, by privatizing that service.
In the Merlanders Conference Center, the primary change is capital spending to replace kitchen equipment. And at the Ted Strickland Community Center, I budgeted conservatively in case the employees who are now single switch over to family. And for the Urban Redevelopment Agency, we have no new projects scheduled for the URA committee to work on. So the change primarily reflects that the building, that municipal court building, was completed in 2011. And then just as a reminder, the budget number of 1.2 million, that is what we are paying for our bond payment once, or excuse me, we make that payment twice, and that's the total amount per year. If you have any questions, let me know.
I just want to talk about 2 other important items that we haven't discussed that you don't see within this dynamic of this budget, which is quite extensive. First of all, our water bills currently, our base water utility bill is currently $6. And we've looked at other communities throughout Georgia, and they typically start at $10 or $10.70, some even higher than that. So that'll be something we will have to talk closely about moving into next year, is how we want to approach the billing of the water service. Because right now, technically you're supposed to be making some type of revenue to pay for your infrastructure improvements, which we're currently not doing right now. So we're kind of steadily falling back. So we'll definitely need to talk about that one. In addition, I went through the files and talked to Henry County in great detail about their streetlights. Currently, the county is billing streetlight bills on their tax bills to HOAs and other entities throughout the county. We currently don't do that. We pay for all the streetlights in the city of Stockbridge. Currently, cost about $300,000 a year. So we're now pulling all that information together to see where we can have a discussion point for the council to see what kind of steps we want to take in the future to either minimize that, pay a portion, or just move in the same direction as the county. Those 2 items I want to discuss.
One clarification on that, Andy, you might want to address it, was the public detention pond we talked about earlier. It was $193,000. Could you explain that?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. You'll recall back, I think it was May, we adopted a resolution, or actually one that dealt with the assessment of a special fee on the improvements in the public stormwater retention facility, which is not currently functioning up to water quality and water quantity standards for stormwater. This was noted by the city when the sewer line that runs in that general area had been eroded, the soil around it had been eroded almost to the point of collapse, and immediate action was taken to fix that on the part of the Water Authority. It's a temporary fix. The permanent fix needs to be the construction of a concrete flume to channel all the water through that flume so that no longer will erode the soil underneath it, causing any utility damage. Furthermore, the pond itself is not adequate. So you assess the fee proportionate share to all the property owners which drain through that basin. And we currently have over about $100,000 in collections as a result of that assessment. We still have some outstanding, which we're in the process of trying to collect that without litigation. But you authorized me to file suit if necessary. So we're having some preliminary discussions with property owners that are outstanding to resolve their issues and try to get this collected, all the money's collected. If Ray wants to put out for bid the project to clean up the detention pond and install the concrete flumes, he'll be putting that out a bit shortly so that we'll have a contracted amount for the overall cost, and then from there we'll go ahead and implement a project to complete that process. Once that project's done, we'll know what the final cost of the project is. It may be in excess of what we've assessed, it may be less than what we've assessed. At that point, we'll deal with that excess or reduction in amount in the appropriate fashion. That's kind of where that stands, and that needs to be moving forward. Ray is moving forward with the Falcon design, put out those proposals. Is there anything else I need to cover?
That clarify the best point I saw.
Mr. Mayor, if I might, on the streetlights, the streetlight program that you currently have, which is basically the city subsidizes all streetlights within the city. Following on what Ray has said, in other cities, what we have done is we have set up streetlight districts, and then you have a special assessment for the individual property owners that's put on their individual bills to pay a percentage of the cost of the streetlights. And you're authorizing under the state constitution to set up those streetlight districts, and it's a way you don't have to go directly to the homeowners association. You can actually go to the actual individual property owners. So that's a way to approach that. We've done in the past where we've grandfathered subdivisions and moved forward with new construction. You may not be in a position to do that, but that's another way to handle it. So you do have the legal authority to impose this and create those districts to recapture the cost of those streetlights.
Mr. Mayor. First, please bear with my voice, but since we're on the topic, we've not discussed, and nor do I see in the line item for public works, the repair that we've had discussion at the minor village retention pond. So I just wanted to call that back to the table and make sure where we're at now. We've not had any updates on that in a long time.
That's correct. We're going to have to look at the stormwater retention facility in the minor village and determine the best approach on expending and assessing the proper fees to reclaim that. I've not looked at the details of it, but our engineers tell us that stormwater retention pond is in need of repair so that it will function correctly in terms of holding stormwater quantity and also treating the stormwater as it was released from the detention pond. So that's something that we'll be looking at taking care of next year.
I would like to, when you say engineers, you mean our current engineer that's working on the project?
Yes.
Falcon, yeah, they need to, we let them loose if we're going to have some information provided. They got to do a more in-depth analysis of what's out there and what the pond can hold. It's a functional pond. All that information needs to be determined before we, you as a council, decide how you want to approach the issue. And that would be something we should probably discuss at the work session. And we'll actually discuss it tomorrow night at the Public Works Committee meeting. And bring it back to the work session.
But Anybody else? More discussion, of course. Anybody in the general public have any questions of the budget? Go ahead. Going once. Going twice. I would advise you just stay tuned to the website, and any changes and adjustments we'll make, they will be on, and we'll post it if there's an overall change. I remind everybody that it's really, the budget is just a bookmark there. Because that money's there, don't mean it's going to be spent. We're going to have to come back later for resolution or orders to spend that money for those different projects and things, whatever on there. That's generally what the staff has come up with their recommendations to you for the budget. So if you look at the pie charts and the graphs and that summary, that pretty much well gives you that, but you can do the drill down on the others. Okay. Thank you, Matt. On planning and zoning, resolutions, none, business license, none, agenda, none. Ray, you have any more updates?
No, sir.
Any updates by Ray? Any other council discussion items? Okay. We need to discuss, I'm going to make an agenda, the thing we talked about the alcohol sale. We need to give the public an idea of what Miss Sheldon called me at noon today and said the results will be official by 1 o'clock. And at that time, nothing had changed. The alcohol sales is passed as posted for all the cities, but for us, it's passed for it here. I'm going to let Andy explain to y'all where we think we are and what ahead with on doing the taking care of the alcohol sales. It's already been voted in. Now we're going to implement. President.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. The referendum is a call to vote on whether or not the city of Stockbridge would authorize the sale of distilled spirits and beer on Sundays. That referendum has passed in the city of Stockbridge and has been approved by the voters. So you are authorized now to adopt an ordinance that will then regulate that. We will draft an ordinance for your workshop meeting that will track state law and impose the appropriate municipal fines and penalties for those violators so that they can be prosecuted in state court, in municipal court. And that will also set the effective date of when the sales can begin. The resolution that we authorized was a resolution only to allow for the vote. The vote has occurred. We were awaiting the determination of the voters. If it was approved, we would authorize the sale by ordinance. And since that's occurred, that will be our next step. If it had not occurred, there was no point in wasting any time on billing any time or expenditures on drafting ordinances that had not been authorized by the voters. So now at the point where it's been authorized, we'll have that ordinance for you in the workshop meeting, and you can adopt it. And the suggestion, our suggestion would be to make the effective date of the sales of alcohol within the city of Stockbridge January 1, 2012. You certainly can make it sooner than that, but that's just a suggestion.
Okay. Any questions? All right. Is Miss Anita Harris here? Anita Harris? We have Melvin Thomas here to talk about sidewalk issue.
Yes. Greetings to the stewards and Mr. Cochran, I've been knowing for a long time, and the other members of the council. My name is Melvin Fulton. I'm representing myself and the Stockbridge Civic Association. We're talking about our area. Since a lot of you do not know, we have a historical black neighborhood. However, you all seem to forget about us. You talk about the north area, you talk about Eagles Landing, and you talk about area points around the neighborhood that we live in, which used to be called the silent area. That's what it used to be called, silent community. However, I find that you all do everything for them, but not for us, pertaining to sidewalks again. I had the opportunity to walk, I walk all the time anyway, but the point of the matter, I walked the other day on Railroad Street and on South Berry Street. Remember, that's an embankment for the train, and then that's the area down where you can walk. But one time or another, you could walk facing the traffic. But if you're walking away from the traffic, you know who's coming behind you. So on one side is grass and snakes and bugs and whatever. And then you cannot get in front of the traffic. You might get killed or run over, whatever. So I just want to know, what are you all doing to try to improve the area? You have Old Atlanta Road. If you know what Old Atlanta Road is, they have sidewalks stretching from Flippy all the way to the Davidson Park, up there with the north area. Then you have East Atlanta Road, go from 42 Highway on back to the park, to Cochran Park. But what about us? We don't have no sidewalks. The sidewalk we have is on the street that I live on, Rosenwald. And fortunately, Ms. Daphne lives there too. We have a little sidewalk. We don't have much traffic there. That's a dead end street. But why don't we have a sidewalk running from Berry Street, Nolan Street, behind Cochran Street? Well, that's not Cochran anymore, it's Food Depot. Was this Nolan onto 7th Street? And that thing again, I talk about y'all lights. The lights, if you walk there at nighttime, it's black. And you walk the street, you can't see nobody. Got a pole there. I think there's one light there. And you walk from that street. We got 3 lights there. Okay.
No, 3 minutes. That was your 3 minutes. That's John.
Oh, okay. I don't have time to talk about it. But like I said, what are you all going to do?
Thank you. And next, we have Anthony Ford to talk about traffic light construction project.
How you doing, Mayor, council members? Actually, Anthony Ford, Monarch Village. I want to thank you for the fact that the traffic light between us, Monarch Village, and Redlands on the consent agenda. You approved that. Appreciate that. The community appreciates that. We look forward to the construction actually occur sometime in the early summer, and we definitely need it along Wall Stevens Road. So I want to thank you. And I know that the council has changed some, so I want to congratulate the new members of the council since I'm here. All 3 of the new members are here, alphabetically, Robin Bushman, and Richard Steinberg, and Alfonso Thomas. Congratulations to you. And I want to let you know that for the next 2 years, as long as I'm a member of Monarch Village and the residents that have a treasurer right here in Palm Beach, we'll come to you and bring issues to you all and ask for have discussion about issues that come up for the residents of Monarch Village. Which brings me to my last point on the budget. I know the budget that that you have traffic light construction there. There's some concerns that we mentioned about street lights for districts. We clearly mentioned that. And also about the detention pond, which we brought that to your attention several months ago. Since Monarch Village is the largest single community in Stockbridge, as we go down that road and you decide those issues, please keep us in the loop. And I want to know, my board members want to know, so we can inform the residents of Monarch Village what's going on. And I don't think that'd be too difficult because either myself or other members of the board will come to you at least every month to discuss things with you. So we want to make sure we keep abreast of that so we can inform our folks what's going on and with our area. Okay? Thank you very much. I appreciate the time and I appreciate the look at the good, positive future. Thank you.
Is there anyone else? Benita Harris is not in. executive session. We're not going to have any committee updates. URA is not here, I don't think.
Here, Thursday, 6 o'clock here in Chambers, so we can utilize the overhead for everything.
And that'll be your second budget here. Any community relations? Anything else?
Mayor, I did want to add, I did forget to, I want to thank all the staff for a great job for the parade. The veterans did a wonderful job, and to commend them for that.
Kind of jumping, I was going to, we had I think the citizens responded well, and we had a Veterans Day dinner on Thursday night, and then we had a parade on Friday. Received the majority of their comments I see were positive. There's always going to be those that's not going to be happy, but I think it was the right thing to turn around and do, and I've already got people in schools, they want to make it bigger, better, and all that stuff on it there. But it would not have been possible without the city's support, all the staff as well. They did a great job, and the citizens appreciate it very much. And matter of fact, even the kids across the street want to see about putting floats in the next year. They're talking about whatever. We're going to talk to them tomorrow. So great job, and thank the citizens for their support. Public safety, Harold, do you have anything?
We have a meeting tomorrow night.
You have a meeting tomorrow night. That's where you need to go, Mr. Melvin. You know, Mr. Harold, we all. Public works, and that's public safety.
Mayor, I did forget to update update council on the ARC transportation LCI funding. The application we did submit for the Railroad Street sidewalk was recently turned down by the ARC. So more than likely have to visit putting sidewalks over there under SPLOST 3 project item. We had submitted an ARC transportation funding application for LCI for sidewalks along Railroad Street.
It's out there.
Yes, the whole area, and it was denied. It was denied by the state. So we're going to have to talk to council and see if we can get additional funding to do that project.
Okay. Public Works and Building Committee. Okay. We have we've announced all the others are on there at the public hearing, but there's a bike ride, the regular monthly bike ride will be done. Mr. Harry Charles and myself will be doing it again on the third Sunday of each month at 3 p.m. And the Holiday Festival is the 29th from 5 to 9 over at the Merrill Landers Center. Santa Claus will be visiting a variety of other activities. The staff responded well last year with the thunderstorm and all the stuff we had to blow on it there. And before we take a motion to go into an executive session, I'd like to turn around and Miss Janet Shona, I said, called me at 12 o'clock today and said at 1 o'clock everything was official. So as officially, I'd like to recognize Ms. Bushman, Mr. Steinberg, and Mr. Thomas. Y'all stand up if y'all would there. These would be the new council members beginning. And with that, we're taking, and I already told y'all I need to talk to the three of y'all afterwards we get done. I have a motion to go into executive session.
Move that we move to executive session for the purpose of discussing land.
Then a second. Any all in favor? We'll be back.
Good to see you again.
Make a motion to adjourn executive session and reconvene.
Second.
All in favor? Okay.
Make a motion to adopt a resolution authorizing the mayor to sign an affidavit swearing to the fact that we discussed property acquisition and property acquisition only.
Okay. All in favor?
I'm afraid to make a motion that we announce, or that we call a special call meeting at 5 o'clock on Thursday, this coming Thursday, in the council chambers. That would be the 17th, I believe, yes. The 17th at 1700, is that what you said, sir?
I'm sorry. You said
But it's for,
It's for land acquisition.
okay. I have a motion to adjourn.
So we need a vote.
Call meeting, all in favor? Okay, now, motion to adjourn.
so moved.
Second. All in favor?